Well, hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, as tonight we are here at Daytona for the Elite JoinAPS Cup Series, and these drivers are getting ready to participate in the showdown to lock themselves in to the clash here tonight. The clash will be a 50-lap event. The showdown will be a 20-lap event. Your last chance to make it into the clash. This Elite Cup Series is Elite Racing League, I should say, Cup Series is getting ready to rock it in qualifying here. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. My name is K.R. Stolfus. I hope you all are strapped in, holding on tight, and getting ready for what could be a heck of a showdown. These cup cars are going to be racing around this Daytona Super Speedway, wheel to wheel, door to door, all kinds of other exciting adjectives that could be used to describe what is essentially hair raising on the back of your neck, holding onto the car and trying to drive on razor blades. These drivers are going to make it look easy out here tonight. All right, so we are getting ready to go into qualifying. Less than 6 seconds to go here in this practice session. Will be single car qualifying, 2 laps, 5 minutes for these guys to get after it. We'll see who ends up on pole. There are some drivers who are already locked into the clash. As I said, this is the last chance for these drivers to make it into the 50-lap event tonight. Those who will continue on into the clash from the showdown will be the pole award winner, the top 5 in the race, and I believe the leader at the halfway point. With qualifying getting underway, drivers starting to roll out. Let's see who we got out on track right now. We're looking at the 14 machine. That is Brady Clark. Down this back stretch, trying to get up to speed. He's going to run that high line, burn off as much fuel as possible, stay as close to the wall as he can. Not a bad strategy used by a lot of drivers here on the Super Speedway Series. Jay Hilliard in the 0-1, out on track as well as he grabs a gear off of pit road. Thomas George in the 17 machine. George sporting a 42 number. Registered as a 17, that's all right. We'll get it fixed here sooner or later. Not tonight, maybe. Maybe tomorrow. See, kinda a little lazy. I don't know if I'm gonna yell at this guy yet tonight. Probably not. Thomas George holding that wall as well. Tries to get this car up to speed. Some temperature in those tires. Get rolling through in qualifying. Michael Goodman in the 73 machine. Out on track. He has spent his opening lap along the wall as well. Now he is down along the yellow line. Dallas Mahan in the 41. Currently posting a 7th quick time. We have a few drivers starting to post their times. 5 machine of Rhett McBride right now sitting in 3rd. Rusty Capel. Brady Clark now to the pole. Michael Goodman in 2nd. Jose Mejia in the 46 going to take the top spot. And then he falls into 2nd as Thomas George takes over the top position. So Thomas George shutting it down. Matthew Weeks in the 11 machine right at the moment. He is sitting in 10th. Let's see if he can improve his time here as he rolls across the line. And he does improve. He is going to jump up to 5th place. J.R. Bolden in the 1 machine. Just about 1 minute 15 seconds left here in qualifying. Everyone trying to get their laps in very quickly here. Just 5 minutes was available in this qualifying session, and with it taking about 2.5 minutes just to get up to speed and get back to the start finish line and complete your first lap. Drivers wasted no time getting out there. David Tooker in the 83 machine. Right now he is in 13th place. '23 machine of Anthony Washington out there as well. For the last drivers. In fact, Anthony Washington not yet turning in a lap time. He is going across the start finish line before time runs out. And Anthony Washington placed in 13th of 14 drivers who qualified. All right, so now we're going to switch this over into the grid, wasting no time, moving right into the showdown, guys. Everyone getting lined up for this race. That means it is time to start going through our starting lineup for the showdown. Row number 1 will be Thomas George in the 17/42 machine. Brett McBride will be starting on his outside in the 5 machine. So Thomas George locking himself into the clash here tonight with that pole award for the showdown. Row number 2 going to be made up of Dallas Myhan and Jose Mejia in the 46 machine. Row 3 is going to be Matthew Weeks in the 11 and Jay Hilliard in the 01. Row 4 will be David Tooker and Brady Clark in that 14 machine. Row 5 will be Rusty Capel and Matt Arcara in the 45. Row 6 will be the 73 of Michael Goodman and the 58 of Chris Jordan. Row 7 will be the 1 machine of J.R. Bolden, the 23 of Anthony Washington. That will make our starting lineup here tonight. 14 drivers on the track. Make that 15 is the 89 of Brent Jones. A little bit further back off camera, so he will be starting in the 15th position here tonight. He has got some work to do. 20 laps. For this showdown. One parade lap before these drivers are released into the wild that is known as Daytona International Speedway. Looks like Thomas George unable to make it to his starting position. All right, here we go. Pace car getting ready to peel off. These drivers ready to let it all hang out for 20 laps. 41 of Dallas Myhan and Rhett McBride on the front row. Green flag is out, and we got this underway. Side by side, these drivers are going to go down into turn number 1 with 20 laps. Who's going to be the first one to start making some moves here? This inside lane motoring right on ahead, led by Dallas Myhan. The 11 machine of Matthew Weeks right behind him pushing. A good run by this inside lane. The outside lane not really got a lot of momentum just yet, but I expect to see them charging hard here through 3 and 4. The 5 machine of Rhett McBride trying to gain some lost ground. As the 41 heads down the front stretch and is going to complete the first lap as the leader. And here comes that outside lane, slowly starting to gain some momentum as they are working their ways through 1 and 2. The 46 machine of Jose right on the back bumper. He is pushing hard on the McBride machine down this back stretch. Now they are going to start pulling even with our race leader, the 41 of Dallas Myhan. Into the corner they go. A little bit of separation for that corner entry. Jose not wanting to turn the 5 of Rhett McBride. Now he's going to get to his back bumper, and these guys taking up some ground here in the tri-oval. Side by side down the backstretch. No one has really made a move to step out just yet. Everyone trying to be patient, make some laps, keeping their aggression in check. This front pack of cars all very close. We have 4 cars running that outside lane. The 89 machine. Brent Jones started last on the field. Right now he is sitting in 13th place. He has gotten around the 1 of J.R. Bolden. And now the front, seeing a little bit of a mix-up. The 11 machine of Matthew Weeks making a move. Going to get around the 41 and put Weeks as your new race leader. Rhett McBride still holding on to the outside lane. And Weeks going to lead his first lap of the race. 83 machine of David Tooker, 3rd car on the inside lane. Tucked in right behind the 41. So on board with the 83. Down the backstretch into this banked turn 3 and 4. High banks here at Daytona. Very smooth track, very easy to hold the wheel, unlike the Daytona 2007 track full of bumps. Drivers able to do their best to keep it steady, but you can see it is still not easy. Jay Hilliard in the 01 machine. He's the 4th car on this inside line. Hilliard started 6th. Right now he is still scored in 6th. He has lost a little bit of ground since crossing the start-finish line. But Matthew Weeks going to try and lead his 3rd lap, gets it done there. We are moving right along now. The halfway leader will be someone that advances into the clash. 50 laps here at Daytona. This is the showdown. Last chance to make it into the clash. Now the clash will have drivers that within the last year have won a race, made it into the playoffs, or qualified on pole for at least one event with the Elite Racing League, are already locked into the clashes. Hilliard in the 01 almost making contact with the 14. Everyone stays straight, we stay green. Now the 46 going to move up a little bit. The 14 going to get underneath him. That is Brady Clark. And the 46 of Jose Mejia going to lose some ground. So Brady Clark now the 2nd car in the outside lane. The 46 still falling back. But Matthew Weeks trying to be the leader at the halfway point, to lock himself into the clash. Now the 14 is moved up to the high side. That's going to allow the 45 of Matt Arcara to get on by. Now the 14 of Brady Clark going to knock right in behind him. With all that bouncing around that they're doing, the 5 machine of Brett McBride not able to have a lot of momentum in that high side. Brett losing some ground to the 11 of Matthew Weeks, as Weeks is going to cross the start-finish line there. Now the 41 of Dallas Myhan trying to make something happen. This will complete the halfway point. This is the final lap for someone to get locked in. Right now it is going to be a shakedown between the 11 and the 41. The inside line proven to be a little strong right now. Can someone make something happen here? As the 41 almost got there, but the 11 of Matthew Weeks was your leader at the halfway point, so he locks himself in to the clash. And we still have 10 laps to go, and Weeks gonna move on out. Thomas George, by virtue of winning the pole, did not have to participate in the race. It was the 9 machines out of shape. That was Rusty Capel. Gathers it back in. Now it is just down to the top 5. Who can be the top 5 here tonight? The 41 of Dallas Myhan. Currently your race leader, the 5 machine of Rhett McBride, has not given up on the outside lane at all. He has been there since the drop of the green flag. And now he has got some help from Matt Arcara in the 45 machine. So Thomas George and Matthew Weeks locking themselves into the clash. George by virtue of winning the pole, and Weeks by virtue of crossing the start-finish line at the halfway point as the race leader. And now 8 laps to determine who will be in the top 5 and lock themselves into the chase. This is the final 8 laps for these guys to get it done. If you have a move or making a plan, well, you're starting to have to figure out how to execute it, because 8 laps is going to go by very quickly here. 41 of Dallas Myhan on the inside lane, trying to keep everyone behind him. We've been clean and green so far here in the first 13 laps. We got 7 laps to go. 20 laps, our total scheduled distance. Oh, is the 41's going to get a little bit of a shunt from the 45. Now more contact. The 58's going to get involved, and a big stack up behind them as everyone gets collected. And that started with the 0-1 and the 45 on the backstretch. The 5 machine of Rhett McBride going to tuck down to the inside. The 45 going to try and follow him. But the 41 was right there. Then they went 3 wide into the corner. The 89 going to squeeze through of Brent Jones with no contact, it looks like. Brent Jones diving to the bottom. Great heads up driving by him. Solid moves on his part. So a lot of torn up race cars here now. The 5 of Rhett McBride, J.R. Bolden in the 1 machine. The 41 of Dallas Myhan. Those are your top 3 right now. Rounding out your top 5 will be Brady Clark in the 14 and the 46 of Jose Nahia. But these guys, 41, the 46, heavily damaged. The 14, not so much. He's going to stay out. He does have a little bit of damage on that 14 machine, but he is going to stay out. The 58 is smoking, but he is going to try and make it to the end of this thing. That is Chris Jordan in the 58 machine. So our first caution coming out, just about 6 laps to go. And Jordan in the 58 trying to hold on to it. '73 machine of Michael Goodman. He's going to get rolling once again. Heavily damaged on that car though. Cannot give up though. You never know what's going to happen, and that is why Jordan is staying out. But someone who was able to be free and clear of all the carnage was the 5 of Rhett McBride. Rhett, who had moved down to the inside lane for the first time tonight, the 45 trying to follow him, making contact with the 41 of Dallas Myhan. How long will that 58 machine of Chris Jordan be able to continue that windshield getting covered with oil as that engine is heavily damaged? And there it is. That engine has given up. He went as long as he could. Unfortunately, he is going to end up 4 laps short with that heavily damaged machine. Chris Jordan unable to continue on, but wasn't willing to give up until the last possible moment. With Rhett McBride looking at possibly a 2-lap shootout. Can he hold on to the lead and a top 5 finish? Because remember, the top 5 finishers are going to advance. J.R. Bolden in the 1 machine. Right behind him, the 14 of Brady Clark. He is sitting in 3rd. Looks like now we have 6 cars out on track for the moment. 2 others still on pit road trying to fix some of their damage. Having to come back down, making multiple stops here. Hammering on these cars, straightening out the body panels. Lights have gone out on the Ford Mustang pace car. With a few cars trying to get back up to speed. That is the 83 of David Tooker. They've been missing the front bumper on that thing, but like I said, you never know what's going to happen in these next 2 laps. You can get rolling, get back out there. Someone else may end up upside down and unable to continue. That our car in the 45 machine able to roll on as well. But Rhett McBride and the 1 of J.R. Bolden gonna restart on the front row, taking the green flag with 2 laps left. '14 of Brady Clark and the 9 machine of Rusty Capel. Pace car peeling off. Here we go. 2-lap shootout. Top 5 make it. Who is it gonna be? The 5 machine with the early jump may not be a big advantage for him to be out there by himself. That is going to allow these other cars to get a run on him. The 89 machine of Brent Jones right now, he is in 6th place. He is 1 spot away from making it. Here comes the 1 of J.R. Bolden and the 9 machine of Rusty Capel as they're working that high side. They're going to stay nose to tail. Now the 1 starts to make a move to the inside. Here comes the 9 on the outside. Now the 9 is left all by himself. He's got no one to work with him. And Rusty starting to lose some ground as J.R. Bolden in the 1 machine is going to take the white flag here as the race leader, but the 5 motoring on by on the outside with some help from the 9. Down the backstretch for the final time, white flag in the air waving. And now he's going to make a move to the inside. Rhett McBride in front of J.R. Bolden. Final time through 3 and 4 in the showdown. A little bit of contact there between the 1 and the 5. Both drivers able to keep it straight now. Bolden going to make a move to the outside, but it is not going to be in time. Your race winner for the showdown is going to be Rhett McBride in the 5 machine. Second place going to J.R. Bolden. Brady Clark finishing third. Fourth will be Rusty Capel. And fifth place going to the 41 of Dallas Myhan. Those 5 drivers locking themselves into the clash that is coming up next. 50 lap event for that. But J.R. Bolden finishing second. Rhett McBride in the 1 machine, or in the 5 machine, finishing first. And Rhett slowing it down, taking himself to victory lane. All right, guys. We are going to set up the next session. Yeah, go racing once again, but before that, we're going to step away for a little bit of a break as we move on into the next group, as I said. And we will have the final event for tonight, and that will be the Clash 50 laps here at Daytona for the Elite JoinAPS Cup Series. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are still here waiting for the next session to get ready to go racing. I want to thank everyone for joining me here tonight. My name is KR Stolfus. Coming up next will be the Clash. It will be a 50-lap straight-up race for whoever can pull it off, picking up some time-honored bragging rights many drivers like to do. So before that session can load up here in about the next 3 minutes, and just spend a little bit of time of talking to y'all, letting you know how this is going to play out. There's going to be some cars out on the track. They're going to go turn left, and then they're going to take another left-hand turn, and then another left-hand turn, and eventually the checkered flag is going to fall. We're going to have a race winner. Till then, well, we're going to have a lot of excitement trying to get up to that point. This Daytona Speedway here at night, very fast. Drivers having a lot of grip. These cup cars nearing 200 miles an hour down the straightaways. When things go wrong, they go wrong in a hurry, as we saw in the showdown. Drivers got together kind of close to the front. A little bit of miscommunication between who was where. We saw a bunch of drivers get taken out, really changed the dynamic of who was running in the top 5 in the showdown. It won't take much for that to happen here in the Clash either. The drivers have got to be alert. They've got to know what's around them. Several drivers are going to be able to control the space around them. And it takes a lot of skill to be able to do that, but I have a feeling we're going to see that on display here tonight. So no one go anywhere, guys. Just a few more minutes, and we will be back into the next session. Until then, well, we can only wait and hope for the best, as some of the racing, hope for some of the best racing that you will see here tonight on Turn 3 Racing Network. If you haven't done so yet, give this broadcast a thumbs up. It means a lot to these drivers and sponsors. Ooh, and let's see if we can't get a word in with our showdown winner. That is Rhett McBride. Rhett, you got your ears on, bud?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Man, oh man, congratulations on winning the showdown and getting it into the clash here tonight. That outside lane was working well for you, making you stay up there, but not the leader at the halfway point by just a little bit. But here you are now making it into the clash. Tell us a little bit about what it was like out there.
It was good. This is my first race in the Elite JoinAPS League, so I really didn't know anybody I was racing with, but everybody was, very well behaved. I mean, the racing was good. I was trying to get to the bottom as soon as I could, but I didn't until the past halfway. That was the first chance I got to get down. So I was just glad to be running up front and keep it up there. And then on that restart, that was a lot of fun too. I had to back JR up a little bit in the final corner there to keep him behind me because I knew he was going to try to sling it around the outside. But it worked out. It was fun.
All right, 50 laps for the clash. What do you think your chances are for winning that and sweeping the night?
Oh, that sounds good. I have no idea though. I'll be honest with you. I don't know who I'm racing with. This is going to be kind of a learning process, but I just want to try to keep it clean, earn some respect, get these guys to trust me and find out, as quick as I can who I can run with and who I can't. And hopefully if I keep it clean and be around at the end, you never know.
All right, man. Well, good luck to you in the clash here. Before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, for sure. Just want to thank my guys at Steel Horse Racing. I have a teammate that I brought over to this league with me, Thomas George. He actually got the pole for that little deal there. So we're both in this race and looking to, have a good year this year, good season representing our team. Also want to thank Ego Electric Mowers and iRacingIFlag.com. I think that'll about do it.
All right, man. Well, we're going to let you go, get into the next session, and good luck to you tonight.
Thank you, buddy. We'll see you then.
All right. That you will. All right, guys, we are going to get ready for our next session. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this short little break.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us here tonight as we are getting ready to take on the Clash as the Elite JoinAPS Cup Series is out on track. These are the drivers who are going to participate in the 50-lap Clash taking place coming up next. No qualifying, going straight into the race as soon as everyone is in the session. We're just waiting for a handful of drivers to join in and be ready and get going. A little bit to touch on, as I said, some of the drivers were already locked in, so there will be some new drivers out there tonight. However, as mentioned, Thomas George made it into the Clash by winning the pole position in the showdown. He did not participate in the race as he was locked in. Brett McBride, your race winner, he locked himself into the Clash. Matthew Weeks was able to be the halfway leader, and he locked himself into the Clash. And then Dallas Myhan also made it. Brady Clark getting in as well as a top 5 finisher. J.R. Bolden. Those drivers able to get into the Clash. Now we're going to be seeing, as I mentioned, some new drivers out there, drivers we haven't seen yet. Now's a good chance, good opportunity to take a peek at them. '97 machine being piloted by Levi Zielinski. Right now he has got the 4th fastest time. Charles Sears in the 44 machine. He's gonna dodge an incident there. He is currently posted the fastest time here in warm-up. Charles Sears hitting the pit road. Now Logan Shea in the 6 machine. A fast driver. All right, guys. I'm ready for this Clash. I hope you all are as well. A lot of drivers turning some very quick times out there in a pack. 86 right there is going to try and move to the high side. To 86, Ethan Riesener. 94 machine of Kendall Noah Player up on the high side here, working with the 6, Logan Shea. Word is we are waiting on just one more driver to get in here. And then we will advance the session into the race. As this warm-up session continues, drivers able to put some laps in, get a feel for their car, a good understanding of what's going on with it. Cars sitting on pit road here, the 37 starting to roll out. And Barrel, 28 machine on his outside, Joshua Clark. The 11, who we saw in the showdown as the halfway leader, or the leader at the halfway mark, it was Matthew Weeks. Guys, what we're going to do now is I am going to play the national anthem. This contact is made in this warm-up session, a couple drivers going spinning. But I'm going to play the national anthem, so please join me in honoring this country.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as drivers are still out there logging some laps. 12 machine working with the 1 right there, the 12 being piloted by Damian right on the back bumper. J.R. Bolden with a paint scheme change. Very interestingly enough, that is my beverage of choice for tonight that J.R. Bolden has on his car. Very interesting, very unique. Now I got a new favorite driver to root for here tonight. We'll see if J.R. Bolden get out there and make something happen. '94 machine of Kendall Player logging some laps all by himself, practicing getting on pit road. Very important move to make right there. Guys, we're gonna step away for another quick little commercial break as we get ready to go green flag racing here for the Clash. 50 laps coming your way. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers have started to roll out for tonight's event. It is time to go through our starting lineup. Row number 1 for the Clash. 50 laps here at Daytona. Andrew Rocker in the 64 machine starting on pole. On his outside, Ethan Reisner in the 86. Row number 2 will be Brandon Key in the 99 machine and the 22 of David Westergreen. Row 3 will be Logan Shea and the 28 of Joshua Clark. Row 4 will be the 97 of Levi Zielinski and the 44 of Charles Sears. Row 5 will be Joshua Personette and the 94 of Kendall Noah Blair. Row 6 will be Tyler Riggs and the 12 of Damian Lineker. Row 7 will be Chad Frankenfield and the 37 of Ethan Barrow. Row 8 will be Thomas George and the 11 of Matthew Weeks. Row 9 will be Rhett McBride and the 1 of J.R. Bolden. Row 10 will be Brady Clark and the 9 of Rusty Capel. And the last one making it, Dallas Myhan in the 41 machine. Drivers are ready to go. Pace car getting ready to get out of our way. 50 laps here tonight in the JoinAPS Cup Series. The Clash at Daytona. Green flag is out and we are underway as the 64 of Andrew Rocker with a tremendous jump here on the first start of the race. Now drivers all starting to move down to the inside lane here. The outside lane really not quite forming up as well as this inside lane. Now the 99 machine of Brandon Key making a move to the outside. He is going to challenge for the lead down the backstretch. The 86 machine of Ethan Reisner trying to get right to his back bumper as they are going to go door to door. This opening lap is already seeing some cars make some moves. Now the 97 of Levi Zielinski making a move to the outside. He's going to try and lead from the outer lane, but the 64 Rucker going to lead the first lap of the race. Here comes the 28 of Joshua Clark to the inside. Rucker moving up to the high side. Going to work with Zielinski. The 99 of Reisner right there with him. The 6 of Logan Shea on the inside. He is the second car in the inside lane. A little bit of contact, a lot of bit of contact. The 97's gonna go around. The 99's gone around. Several cars getting caught up in this one. Ethan Barrow able to squeeze by, but Levi Zielinski heavily torn up, and he's gonna tag that inside wall here on race or lap 2 of the event. We go to our turn 3 instant replay. Drivers just trying to find somewhere to squeeze through. A lot of them getting on the brakes hard. 99 machine facing the wrong way. That is Brandon Key. We go on aboard with Brandon Key. So caution flag flying here tonight on lap 2. Andrew Rucker, your race leader. Rucker gonna stay out. Looks like everyone else hitting pit road. Joshua Clark pitting from second place in that 28 machine. 4 cars heavily torn up on pit road as the 28's going to overshoot his pit box. The 11 machine of Matthew Weeks rolling out as well. Looked like Matthew Weeks missed his pit stall. He did not stop in his So Andrew Rucker not hitting pit road. See how this strategy works out for him as everyone else came down pit road. Matthew Weeks in the 11. Transferred through the showdown. Started 16th place. As I said, I think he missed his pit stall, or they had to change of plans when they saw everyone coming down pit road. One of the two. But the 11 currently scored in second place. Started 20 cars here for the clash. Charles Sears in the 44. Right now he is scored in 20th place as it's on pit road trying to hammer out some of that damage. Lights have gone out on the Ford Mustang. We have 4 cars on the road currently being worked on. That is the 86 of Ethan Reasoner, scored in 17th place. 18th going to Brandon Keith in the 99 by Zielinski in the 97 and 19th. As mentioned, Charles Sears in the 44 scored in 20th spot. See if they can get back out there, but those cars were pretty tore up. In a short 50-lap race here at Daytona, they're going to have a heck of a hill to climb, get back into this thing. Andrew Rucker, who has been our race leader since the drop of the green flag, got a tremendous start to the race. If he can once again pull it off. All right, here we go. Green flag is out once again. Rucker able to get on the throttle very quickly, pulling out ahead of everyone here. Matthew Weeks, not such a good start, but he has the 37 of Ethan Barrow right on his back bumper. They're going to start building some momentum on the outside lane as the one of J.R. Bowman trying to join them as well. The Rucker in the 64, holding to that yellow line. We saw Rucker move up to the high side before the incident happened that brought out the caution. So is he going to be a driver that likes to run the high side out front, or is he going to defend the bottom here? Matthew Weeks in the 11, edging out, leading his first lap of the race here in the clash. Matthew Weeks, now with a full head of steam, has cleared the 64 Rucker. He has not made the move down to the inside lane just yet. He is staying on the high side with Ethan Barrow on his back bumper. J.R. Bolden in the 1/3 car in that outside lane. Rucker finding himself in third, but he has got the 28 machine of Joshua Clark pushing on him as they separate for the corner. That is going to allow the 11 and the 37 to drop down to the inside lane through 3 and 4, and Matthew Weeks now with no challengers on his outside. Got a good little shove there from the 37 a barrel. Lap car up ahead. That is the 86 machine of Ethan Reasoner. Driver's going to have to work their way around him as they're going to go 3 wide. The 86 is going to stay along the wall. Everyone gets through in this lead pack. No problems. Now J.R. Bolden in the 1 machine, leading the outside lane. Weeks in the 11, leading the inside lane. The 12 machine of Damian Lininger on the back bumper of the 1. As we go on aboard with the 12, and Bolden able to get a good little shove there, but here comes Weeks back on the inside. Down through 3 and 4, 2 lanes of racing. 4 cars in that outside lane. The 15 machine of Chad Frankenfield joining the battle in the outside lane. Everyone through the tri-oval and now into 1 and 2. 5 cars now making up that outside lane. The 9 machine of Rusty Capel and the 41 machine of Dallas Myhan trying to build some energy in that outer lane. Takes a group effort and they are starting to form up. But Matthew Weeks in the 11 machine is your race leader. He's been out front now for 4 laps, getting ready to be for 5 laps through the tri-oval, across the line, making his 5th lap lead of the race. Ethan Reasoner, one of the only cars able to get back out there in our first incident of the night, has gone 4 laps down. Brandon Key in the 99 has gone behind the wall. He is done for the night. Levi Zielinski and Charles Sears still working on pit road, trying to get their cars back out there. We'll see if they can make something happen with that. I do like to see a no-quit attitude from any driver that is out participating in a race. You never want to give up until you have exhausted all your options, and you cannot continue because you just never know what is going to happen, especially here at Daytona. As we are going 3 wide, the 15 of Frankenfield going to shove right through the middle there. Bolden going to wash up to the high side to make room for him, and the 15 with a power move. Chad Frankenfield, now the 2nd car on the outside lane. He's going to hook up with Andrew Rucker. We'll see if these 2 cars can get to the front. Rucker was our race leader in the first few laps until Matthew Weeks took over, and Weeks has not relented that top spot just yet. But now he is going to face a hard challenge as the 64 and the 15 have joined forces. They are making that outside lane work very well right now. Down the backstretch they go into turns 3 and 4. Weeks finding himself a little bit behind, using that inside lane as the 15 is going to pop his engine. Frankenfield has let an engine go. J.R. Bolden's going to get into him. They're going to go sideways. And we got cars diving to the inside to miss a spinning 12 machine of Damian and the 1 of J.R. Bolden. The 9's going to go around as well. Rusty gonna go down pit road here, but Frankenfield popping his engine. Creating a stack up. Gonna take one more look at this, or back it up a little bit more, I should say. For the 15 of Frankenfield, his engine lets go in the middle of the corner, stacking the field up. Bolden getting involved. Damian Lindinger getting involved in the 12, and the 9 of Rusty Capel also getting a piece of the action. So 3 cars going spinning, 1 engine smoking. And the 15 of Chad Frankenfield pushing as hard as he could here in the early stages of the clash. Smoke pouring out of that thing. He's gonna head to pit road, but I think his night is gonna be done. Several other drivers coming down pit road as well, including our race leader, the 11 of Matthew Weeks. He hits his pit stall, overshoots it, backs up a little bit. Everyone else getting in very cleanly. 64 of Andrew Rucker hitting pit road for the first time. See if Rucker can get rolling and win the race off of pit road. He has the preferred spot, and he does, because of Weeks overshooting his pit stall. He has lost a lot of ground. And now everyone tries to get into position from the race off of pit road. Joshua Clark going to come off in second place. Ethan Barrell in the 37 rolls off of pit road third. Brett McBride, the showdown winner, rolling off fourth. And Matthew Weeks came in as the race leader, overshot his pit box. He's going to come out in 5th place. The Rucker back to the top spot. Few more cars on pit road with some damage. J.R. Bolden is being serviced by his crew. Hammers flying on that machine. Rusty Capel in the 9 also being worked on. The 1's gonna get rolling, but Chad Frankenfield in the 15, I think his night is gonna be done here early. As Rucker works his way around to the pace car. We're not even to the halfway point of this race, and we've already seen one driver pop an engine, create a stack up. We've seen 2 drivers in a little bit of miscommunication, making contact with each other, going into the corner. It has been a heck of a start to the clash. But one driver who has been able to avoid a lot of that here tonight, that is Andrew Rucker. Started on pole, back to the top spot. The 44 machine trapped between him and the pace car. That is Charles Sears. Sears was able to get back out on track after spending 11.5 minutes in his pit stall. Sears caught up in the first caution of the night. So far, Brandon Key is the only driver that has gone behind the wall. And This has been a heck of a start to this race. Holy cow, 50 laps for the Clash. We had the showdown. The showdown was wild racing. Only had one yellow in it. But the drivers all knew what was on the line, so they were all hanging it out there. Do want to give a huge shout out and thank you to everyone watching, checking in on the YouTube chats. Guys, it means a lot to me that you're all talking in there. Appreciate it a lot. If you haven't done so yet, do make sure you hit the thumbs up. If you are appreciating the show that these drivers are putting on, it goes a long way for them. Lets them know that you appreciate it. And well, not gonna lie, makes me feel good too, because I am trying to show you these drivers' talents, and that is on display in full force here tonight. So if you get the chance, please give it a thumbs up. Don't like it, well, I don't know what to tell you. I do my best, and if it's not good enough, well, maybe you should go watch NASCAR or something. I don't know. We're all out here for fun. We're doing this. We're having a great time. But yeah, I do appreciate y'all joining me here in YouTube tonight. Thank you so much. All right, lights are out on the Ford Buttstain, most likely because there's been an electrical failure in that thing. He will have to hit pit road to get that fixed. 28 machine of Joshua Clark on the inside, Rucker on the outside, electing to restart there. Green flag is out, and we are back underway as the 64 Rucker once again able to get a good jump. This time he doesn't pull car lengths away, just one or two. But Rucker not getting that as good of a start, and that is going to come back and bite him as the 28 of Joshua Clark going to make a move for the lead. Clark through 1 and 2, pulling out ahead of Rucker, and the 37 of Ethan Barrow right there with him. The 11 of Matthew Weeks, who slid through his pit box a little bit, had to back up, lost some ground, came off the pit road in 5th place. Now he's up into 3rd for the moment. He's the 3rd car on the inside lane, but the outside lane gonna start building some momentum. That is Rucker in the 64, and our showdown winner, Rhett McBride in the 5 machine, working together with his teammate, the 42 of Thomas George. Heavy contact, the 28 is going up and over. Everyone at the front of the field getting stacked up. 2 cars able to make it through unscathed. Everyone else hard on the brakes. Oh my goodness, as that was through the tri-oval. Rucker in the 64, the 37 making contact, turning the 28, the 28 going up and over. That was Joshua Clark. We go on board with Clark. Hold on to your hats, folks. This is a ride for sure. Matthew Weeks getting involved. Showdown winner getting involved. A lot of cars torn up as that happened at the front of the field. Joshua Clark in the 28 machine, smoke billowing out of that machine. Body parts left on the track. This looks like an early night for the 28. Rhett McBride in the 5 machine, also torn up. Ooh, and the 28 just popped his engine trying to get to pit road. We knew that thing was done for the night, unfortunately, very early for Joshua Clark in the 28. The 42 machine, Thomas George, able to squeeze through. He's going to come out in 2nd place. He was tucked in behind the 5 of Rhett McBride and the 37 of Ethan Barrell. Those were the first two cars able to get through. I'm pretty sure that there's some staining going on in the underwear of those two drivers. They're going to need those seats cleaned out, so they are hitting pit road to be serviced by their crews. Hopefully get a water bottle and a little bit of Febreze into their pit boxes cleanly and efficiently. Very important that. Andrew Rucker in the 64, he's a little torn up. See if he can get some of that damage repaired, get back out there. Dallas Myhan driving through pit lane. Fuel only for him. A little splash of fuel. A strategy call on the 41, going for track position. The 14 of Brady Clark transferring in from the showdown. He's going to roll off pit road in second. Logan Shea in the 6 machine. He comes off pit road in third. Thomas George in the 42. And the 1 of J.R. Bolden rounding out your top 5 for the moment. Bolden caught up in our second caution of the night when Chad Frankenfield popped his engine. Bolden sporting a logo of, as I mentioned earlier, my drink of choice for tonight. So glad to see that Bolden is out there. I have unofficially cheered for Bolden to pick up a win here in the Clash. I'm not going to play favorites, but just because of the coincidentiality, we're making up words. Just because of that little coincidence, got a little place in my heart for JR. Alright, so the lights are back on the pace car. That means that it had been down pit road, got serviced by its crew, figured out what was wrong with that Ford Mustang, fixed it, and it is back out on track. Dallas Myhan, your current race leader in that 41 black and white machine. Brady Clark in the 14, sitting in second. So let's do a little bit of housekeeping. We have cars who are officially out of the race. That is the 99 machine of Brandon Key. He will be scored in 19th place for the Clash here tonight. And the 97 of Levi Rowdy Zielinski in the 20th spot. Those two drivers caught up in the first incident of the night. They are done for this evening. Carl Sears in the 44. He has gotten back out on track as he was caught up in the first yellow as well. He is currently scored in 18th place, but he has an opportunity to pass the 15 at Chad Frankenfield here in a few laps. He is going to try and continue on. We have a few other drivers who have been caught up in this most recent yellow. Joshua Clark in the 28, he is sitting on pit road, continuing to be serviced by his crew, but I have a feeling he will not be able to make it back out there tonight. That will give us, I believe, 15 cars, 16 cars out on track once the green flag drops once again. Lights have gone out on the Ford Mustang. Dallas Myhan, your race leader, choosing the inside lane for the restart. That will put Brady Clark in the 14 machine on his outside. Thomas George in the 42. And the one of J.R. Bolden going to make up row number 2. The 37 machine of Ethan Barrell on the inside of row number 3, and the 44 going to restart on his outside of Charles Sears. Sears, though, finding himself 10 laps down. But here we go, getting ready to go green flag racing once again as we are nearing the halfway point for this 50-lap clash. Light bulbs flashing, green flag is out, and we are back underway as the 41 gets a good restart. Drivers starting to mix it up a little bit, trying to find any bit of speed they can here. As the 14 of Clark all by himself in the outside lane, losing positions here. He's going to try and tuck down to the inside and does so. The Dallas able to hold on to the lead to this restart, but Thomas George in the 42, your pole winner for the showdown, did not have to participate in the showdown because he was immediately transferred into the clash by winning that pole position. Ethan Barrell in the 37 was already locked in by meeting the requirements, did not have to participate in the showdown. Myhan, one of the top 5 drivers in the showdown. But now we got 2 drivers who made it from the showdown. They are running 1 and 2. And then the 1 machine of Bolden and the 14 of Clark to round out the top 5. So we got 4 drivers in the top 5 who made it through the showdown. Only 1 driver who was already locked in. That was Ethan Barrell. So he's going to make a move to the outside here. No one going with him. He would probably tuck back down. Bolden was going to go with him, but no momentum there to make the pass. We are past the halfway point here in tonight's clash. 9-points race. The points begin in earnest next week. Make sure you tune in to Turn 3 Racing Network for the opening race of the championship season that will take place at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That will be an exciting race for sure. So 5-car breakaway in this lead pack. Brady Clark in the 14 machine. Last car in this pack, Logan Shea trying to catch up to him in the 6. He's got 3 other cars working with him. The 94 machine of Kendall Noah Player, 7 of Joshua Personette, then the 26 of Tyler Riggs. Haven't talked about Tyler Riggs a whole lot yet. He is quietly working his way to the front in that 26. These 4 drivers really need to close the gap, but it's going to be hard as each of these drivers have a little bit of damage. That damage increasing drag on their race cars, pulling them down just enough that they are not able to push as efficiently as they would like. As Thomas George in the 42 made a pass on the 41, leading his first lap at the line. '37 machine of Ethan Barrell falling to 5th place for the moment. J.R. Bolden in the 1. 5 cars all on the inside line. Everyone really starting to run this inside line. The 11 of Matthew Weeks finding himself in 12th place after being caught up in that most recent caution. Last car on the lead lap is the 12 machine of Damien. Damien falling off the lead pack here, has lost the draft. He is heavily torn up, but he is continuing on out there. Not giving up. You got to appreciate someone who will see it through. Damien finding himself in 13th place. As I mentioned, last car on the lead lap. The first car 1 lap down, that is in Reasoner. He is torn up as well. That 86 machine has seen better days. With the driver pulling his lap belt a little bit tighter, shoulder belt's a little bit tighter. Make sure his gloves are still on. He is out there. He is going to try and see this thing through. He is 2 laps down. Is the only car in the 2 lap down category. Is the first car scored any number of laps down, so he has an opportunity to get back on the lead lap should a caution come out. Now he would need 2 cautions, but with as torn up as that car is, he's going to need a lot of help to try and win this thing. Meanwhile, back up at the front, Thomas George battling with the 41 now. George on the inside, my hand on the outside, the 37. Ethan Barrow right there with them. Andrew Rucker in the 64 now leading the charge for the second group as they are starting to inch their way closer to this front pack as the front pack is battling with each other. Before too long, we're going to have one large pack once again. We're just under 20 laps to go. Up off of turn number 4 as they head into the tri-oval once again. The 41 on my hand now leading that lap. 9 laps total led for my hand. Thomas George and the 42 machine sitting in second as they work their way down the backstretch. They're going to have to navigate around a slow lap car. That is the 86 machine who has moved to the high side. So the 86 going to go another lap down here. 3 wide briefly there is the 14 and the 31 battling with the 1 machine. My hand continuing to lead. Now George going to make a move to the outside as he tries to use the momentum from the cars that were running up on him. That was a 14 of Brady Clark. George gets left high and dry. Now Barrow going to join him in the 37 machine. 2 cars once again on the outside lane, but George, he tried to take advantage of some momentum. Oh, it's the 41 of my hand going to move down in the infield there. Looked like a little bit of a rough touch by the 14 machine, and that is going to put George into the top spot. Ethan Barrow now sitting in second with J.R. Bolden third. Brady Clark in the 14 machine sitting in fourth, and Andrew Rucker back into the top 5. Our lead pack is starting to grow a little bit. Now have 7 cars in this lead pack. Dallas Myhan, who went from battling for the lead, falls all the way back to the second group of drivers. Finds himself now 1.2 seconds off the leader. just over half a second behind Matthew Weeks. So the Clash, I believe the Clash is living up to its hype. These drivers all battling hard. Here comes the 41 of my hand. He's going to make a move to the outside with a full head of steam. Nobody going with him though. It's a 44 machine of Charles Sears getting out of the way, getting down below the racing line, letting this lead group flash on past. Now the 14 of Clark up with my hand. But Thomas George, your race leader. George gonna lead another lap, make that his 6th lap lead of the race here tonight. Drivers know these laps are starting to wind down. Within 20 laps to go here in the Clash. Quite a few cars have some damage on them from a lot of big incidences here tonight. The 42 machine of George looking clean and straight. 12 machine stays to the high side. Damian going his first lap down. We have 15 cars out on track. Of those 15, 12 of them are on the lead lap. The 26 machine of Tyler Riggs is the last car on the lead lap. And Riggs in that 26, only about 1.2 seconds off the race leader. So our entire lead lap drivers all right there within a second and a half of each other. George holding on to the lead for the moment. On his outside though. A little bit of smoke there just from a internet connection. I thought maybe we had seen another engine let go in the middle of the corner, but no. That is the 9 of Rusty. Just rejoining the racetrack. Oh, it's the 14 of Clark's gonna go airborne and around. Heavily torn up by contact with the wall is the 14 machine. The 41 on my hand getting involved in this one as well. And the 7 high centered. 7 of Joshua Personette getting a piece of this action. The 14 and the 1 making contact. Rucker going around. J.R. Bolden again in another incident. See if we can't take another look at this. Bolden takes a short trip through the grass. Andrew Rucker in the 64 does as well, but he slides up into that outside wall. 7 machine of Joshua Personette gets high centered on the embankment. As he just was not carrying enough speed. But he didn't hit anything, just the banking of the track pulled him on around. The caution flag is out. Thomas George in the 42 staying out. Does not hit pit road, but the 37 is going to lead everyone else down pit lane. So all these drivers being serviced by their crews. Nine Machine, first one to get rolling. And the 64 of Rucker going to be the race winner off of pit road. And while we have a moment, I'm going to step away for a second. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the field is starting to form up behind the pace car, catching up to the pace car. Lights are still on. We are looking at 8. Currently, Thomas George in the 42 is our race leader as the lights go out on the pace car. As I mentioned, season begins in earnest for the championship next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central, right here on Turn 3 Racing Network. So make sure you set your alarm clocks, make a date on the calendar. Don't miss any of the action. We storm into Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the opening race. Hope to see you all there. I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. This race has been wildly entertaining. We'll be getting the green flag with 7 laps to go. Can Thomas George in the 42 hold on for the win? Teammate Brett McBride won the showdown. Unfortunately, able to continue in tonight's race. Green flag is back out. George with a good jump on Rucker. Rucker in that 64 machine has an opening down on the inside if he wants it, but he is not going to take it. He's going to stay on the high side. And George able to pull away here as the 9 machine of Rusty Capel trying to charge up to the back bumper of the 42. The 26 machine of Tyler Riggs, a little bit damage on the back end of that thing. And the 64 Rucker losing a lot of ground very quickly. He is falling all the way back. No, I don't even know where he's in 9th place. That's how far back it went. So Thomas George, who did not make a pit stop, stayed out under this most recent caution. Now under attack from the 41 of Dallas Myhan. Myhan missing a few pieces on that back bumper. But it does not appear to be slowing him down too much as he is battling in the outside lane for the lead. He has the 37 of Ethan Barrell right there with him. This time by making it 5 laps to go. Thomas George holding on to the race lead. Has the 9 machine right tucked behind him. Ethan Barrell in the 37 trying to push the 41 to the front. Here comes Matthew Weeks in the 11 on that outside lane. Almost every single one of these cars has got some damage on them. The 42 though, looking like he is pretty clean. Nice body lines on that 42 machine. The 9 machine, he went for a spin earlier tonight. He's got a little bit of a wrinkle on the right front. That might slow him down just a bit. Other than that, Thomas George has got a good advantage over the rest of this field for the moment as he's got clean air and smooth lines. He is cutting through that air, making it very hard for anyone to get a run on him and make a pass. Down that outside lane, 3 cars strong, starting to fall back a little bit. Down this long Daytona backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Weeks in the 11 going to slice down to the inside. He's going to tuck in behind Joshua Personette. Three laps to go here in the clash. This lead pack of drivers, 8 cars strong. Matthew Weeks in the 11 being the 8th car in this group. Every single one of these guys knows they have a shot at winning this thing. But Thomas George in the 42, controlling the field on that yellow line, not coming up off of it. Here comes the charge from the outside lane. The 41 of Dallas Myhan with the momentum for the moment. Can Myhan complete the pass before the corner? No, he's not going to get it done. George is going to motor on up to him and get back to the front by a nose. As Thomas George down the backstretch, looking at 2 laps to go. Now everyone has moved to the outside lane. Only 2 cars on the inside. Thomas George in the 42 and the 9 of Rusty Capel trying to hold on to this lead as 2 cars on the inside. The outside line not able to get a whole lot of momentum. White flag in the air this time. Myhan in the 41 going to be your leader at the line. What a change of momentum that was as everyone moved to the high side except for the 42 and the 9. Down that outer lane, not really able to form up very nicely. They're all scattering. That is going to leave Thomas George in the 42 with no pressure on his outside just yet. Here comes the 11 of Matthew Weeks. He's going to make a move to the inside. Joshua Personette on the outside by himself in the third lane as they're working their way through 3 and 4. Who's it going to be at the line? Onto the front stretch. 3 wide. Thomas George on the inside. That was my hand in the middle lane, and at the line they're going to crash, but Thomas George is going to pick up the win. My hand sliding on his roof. What a finish that one was. And Thomas George in the 42, not making a pit stop, holding on to the lead and picking up the victory here in the 50-lap clash at Daytona. We'll back this up a little bit further and watch this finish from the blimp as they all came to the front stretch. The 7 of Personette trying to make something happen in the outside lane. The 41 and the 42 make contact. Joshua going up and over as well. We go on board with the 7. Trying to get to the line first. Take one more look at this from the 11 machine of Matthew Weeks. Weeks gonna bring it home in 6th place here tonight. But Thomas George, your race winner in the 42. We'll see if we can get Thomas George, and we can. Thomas, you got your ears on, buddy? Man, oh man, congratulations on your race win here tonight in the Clash. You didn't make it much further past the start-finish line, but nice job out there tonight picking up this opening race for the Elite Racing League JoinAPS Cup Series.
The season out there. I guess I went full Davey Allison on that. That's a heck of a win there.
Well, man, that was a wild ride. You did it by leading 18 laps here tonight. What can you tell us about what was going on out there? You know, what were you seeing? What led to you winning this race and not coming down pit road under that last yellow?
I mean, Daytona, there's only 2 rules I have for here, and it's you got to be smart and you got to have some luck. And we had some luck tonight, avoiding 2 of the wrecks, and I kind of just knew that track position was going to be the key there. I mean, if you get mired in the back there, you've got to be able to make the passes, and I just held it to the bottom. And you know, Rusty there in the 9, he stayed with me throughout the end there, and I appreciate that from him big time. I mean, I'm just watching the outside where the 41, the 37, they would just get to my outside, and they just couldn't quite make the pass. And you know, I mean, with Daytona, you got to have that right run of momentum, and we just said, screw it, we're just going to keep it on the yellow line and try to do what we can, play a little defensive and try to be consistent.
Well, it was a great finish for you. Didn't pick up your first win for this season. It's a non-points win, though. You're going to be able to carry this over into the season and pick up a few more of these victory stickers?
That's the hope. Indianapolis will be the first true test as to who's going to be able to do what there. But I find myself in Indianapolis pretty well acquainted. We always seem to run well up there, and I think we can carry this momentum over. We just got to be consistent. That's the main thing. Don't get caught up in other people's messes, and work with my teammate there, Mr. Rhett McBride there, who unfortunately got caught up earlier tonight. We just work together and we do what we got to do to get these Steel Horse Chevys up front and win ourselves some races and hopefully a championship.
All right, man. Well, congratulations once again. Any special thank yous or shout outs you'd like to give?
I just want to say again, thank you to all my teammates at Steel Horse. Thank you to SiriusXM for providing me with entertainment during the boring times, Milwaukee Tools, iRacing, iFlag, and you guys for putting on the broadcast and for all the admins playing on this league this year.
All right, man. Thomas George, congratulations on winning the Clash here tonight. Nice job. And you transferred in through the showdown, so, man, I'm sure you're beat, so go get some rest.
Thank you, sir.
Thomas George picking up the race win here tonight as they came across the start-finish line 5 feet afterwards, wrecking and crashing. Now let's see if we can talk to our second place finisher. That is Dallas Myhan. Dallas, how you doing out there tonight?
Oh, I'm pretty good. Just upset for finishing second place.
Well, you end up second place here tonight in what could have been a very different race. You were able to continue on, got caught up in a few incidences, but glad to see you're okay as you went for a wild ride there at the end on your lid.
Yeah, the boys at Evil Sim Sport won't be happy after that spin and the flip I had at the end of the race.
New numbers going on the roof for sure. Well,
yeah.
tell us a little bit about your race, what you saw out there, and what it was like driving around for these 50 laps.
Well, I went to this race starting dead last because I finished 5th place in my showdown race. So my plan was the first half of the race was avoid the wrecks and hope to be good in the end. And luckily, it kind of played out that way in my end. Then about what I wasn't expecting to get spun late in that race, but luckily my engine damage was 0, so which is good. As long as you have no engine damage at a plate race, you should be good. I realized, and I just saw I finished second place with half destroyed car.
Well, the 41 machine putting in a valiant effort at the end. Everyone made a move to the outside lane in the closing laps there, except for the 42 and the 9. When you saw that, did you start thinking you had a chance with all those cars pushing you?
I mean, I knew I had a chance, but once the 7 and the car behind him, I figured that would slow momentum down on the outside. It would kind of like bog us down some because all the draft in that one area of the pack. And once I realized they were up in the 3rd lane, and I knew it would have been tough to get the lead at that point.
Well, second place is where you end up tonight, man. Congratulations on that. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
I'd like to thank my guys at Evil Sim Sport for allowing me to race part of the team, and thank you guys for broadcasting this race tonight. And it should be a fun season with you guys.
All right, man. Well, congratulations once again. Hard fought as you went through the showdown as well, like you said, making it at the last spot for that. Congratulations on what I would say would be a successful night. Nice job out there tonight.
Yeah, thank you guys.
That was Myhan finishing in second place here tonight. Fortunately for him, before he ended up on his roof, he did make it across the start-finish line. Whew, what more could be said about tonight's race? Not a whole lot, other than let's go through our finishing results. Thomas George in the 42 picking up the race win. Dallas Myhan in second. Rusty Capel in the 9 finishing third. All three of those drivers coming through the showdown here tonight. Joshua Personette finishing in fourth. Ethan Barrow rounding out your top 5. Matthew Weeks finishing 6th. 7th place going to Tyler Riggs. Kendall Noah Player going to end up in 8th place. 9th going to J.R. Bolden. Damian Leninger finishing in 10th. 11th place going to Andrew Rucker. 12th, Brady Clark. 13th, Logan Shea. 14th going to Ethan Reasoner. Charles Sears in the 44 machine going to end up in 15th spot. Brett McBride finishing in 16th. 17th, Joshua Clark. Chad Frankenfield in the 15 machine going to finish in 18th. 19th going to Levi Zielinski. And Brandon Key will round out our 20 car field here tonight. So guys, thank you very much for joining me here tonight. My name is K.R. Stolfus. I hope you all enjoyed the show. I know I did. I am looking forward to this season here as it kicks off next Wednesday night. The opening race for the Points Championship at Indianapolis. Make sure you're here at Turn 3 Racing Network Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central. Until then, guys, thank you very much for joining me. Hope you all have a good night, and I will see you next time.